Saudi Arabia is a country that has been shaped by its oil wealth. For decades, it has been the world's largest exporter of crude oil.
And Saudi Arabia, world's biggest oil supplier, has
the world's largest oil exporter.
And one of the most influential players in the global economy. But as the world shifts to renewable energy sources and the demand for oil declines, Saudi Arabia faces a challenge: how to diversify its economy and prepare for the future. The answer, according to the Saudi government, is to invest in ambitious and visionary projects that will transform the country's landscape, culture, and society. Projects like NEOM, a $500 billion futuristic city in the desert, or The Line, a 170-kilometer linear city with no cars or roads. Projects that aim to showcase Saudi Arabia's innovation, creativity, and ambition. But the latest and perhaps the most audacious of these projects is the Mukaab, a giant cube-shaped structure that will be the centerpiece of a new downtown area in Riyadh, the capital city. The Mukaab, which means cube in Arabic, will be the world's largest inner city, with a height, width, and length of 400 meters each. It'll be big enough to hold 20 Empire State Buildings and will house a variety of functions such as offices, hotels, residences, shops, entertainment venues, and cultural facilities. The Mukaab is not just a building, but a city within a city. A vertical metropolis that will redefine urban living. It is a project that aims to create a new landmark for Riyadh and a new symbol for Saudi Arabia. But what is the story behind this mega project? How will it be designed, built, and operated? And will it live up to its expectations? Or will it become another white elephant in the desert? In this video, we will explore the Mukaab, Saudi Arabia's next mega project, and try to answer these questions. We will look at the history, the vision, the design, and the challenges of this colossal cube, and see what it reveals about Saudi Arabia's aspirations and ambitions for the future. To understand the Mukaab, we need to go back in time and look at the history of Saudi Arabia and how it became one of the richest and most powerful countries in the world. Saudi Arabia is a relatively young nation, founded in 1932 by King Abdulaziz Al Saud, who unified the various tribes and regions of the Arabian Peninsula under his rule. But the real turning point for Saudi Arabia came in 1938, when oil was discovered in the eastern province of Al-Hassa. This discovery changed the fate of the country and the world. Oil became the main source of income and influence for Saudi Arabia as it joined the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, in 1960, and became the world's largest oil producer and exporter by the 1970s. Oil revenues allowed Saudi Arabia to invest in infrastructure, education, health, and defense, and to improve the living standards of its population. Oil also gave Saudi Arabia a strategic role in the region and the world, as it became a key ally of the United States and a leader of the Arab and Islamic world. But oil also came with a price. Saudi Arabia became dependent on a single commodity and vulnerable to the fluctuations of the global oil market. Oil also created social and environmental challenges, such as income inequality, unemployment, corruption, pollution, and water scarcity. Oil also exposed Saudi Arabia to external threats such as terrorism, regional conflicts, and geopolitical rivalries. These challenges became more evident in the 21st century, as the world witnessed a rise in environmental awareness, renewable energy technologies, and electric vehicles. These trends threatened to reduce the demand for oil and the revenue of oil-dependent countries like Saudi Arabia. Moreover, Saudi Arabia faced increasing competition from other oil producers, such as the United States, Russia, and Iran, who tried to gain more market share and influence. Saudi Arabia also faced political and security challenges, such as the Arab Spring, the Yemen War, the Qatar crisis, and the Iran nuclear deal. In response to these challenges, Saudi Arabia launched a bold and ambitious plan to reform its economy and society and to prepare for the post-oil era. The plan, called Vision 2030, was announced in 2016 by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the de facto ruler of the country. Vision 2030 is a strategic framework to reduce Saudi Arabia's dependence on oil, diversify its economy, and develop public service sectors such as health, education, infrastructure, recreation, and tourism. The primary goal is to increase the portion of non-oil business sectors such as tourism, banking, and the IT sector, and to showcase an open-minded and secular national image on the global stage. Vision 2030 is not just an economic plan, but also a social and cultural one. It aims to improve the quality of life of Saudi citizens, especially the youth, who make up more than half of the population. It also aims to empower women who have historically faced discrimination and restrictions in Saudi society. It also aims to promote tolerance, moderation, and diversity, and to combat extremism and terrorism. Vision 2030 is a sustainable vision for the future of Saudi Arabia, with sustainability at the heart of everything the kingdom does, from policy development and investment to planning and infrastructure. To achieve Vision 2030, Saudi Arabia has launched a series of megaprojects that will transform the country's landscape, culture, and society. These projects include NEOM, a $500 billion futuristic city in the desert that will be powered by renewable energy and artificial intelligence. The Line, a 170-kilometer linear city with no cars or roads that will connect NEOM with the Red Sea coast. The Red Sea Project, a luxury tourism destination that will span over 90 islands and offer pristine beaches, coral reefs, and wildlife. Qiddiya, an entertainment city that will feature theme parks, sports venues, cultural attractions, and resorts. And the Mukaab, a giant cube-shaped structure that will be the centerpiece of a new downtown area in Riyadh, the capital city. These projects are not only meant to diversify the economy and create jobs, but also to attract foreign investment and tourism, and to showcase Saudi Arabia's innovation, creativity, and ambition. They are also meant to inspire the Saudi people and to instill a sense of pride, optimism, and confidence in their future. They are meant to be the symbols of a new Saudi Arabia, a Saudi Arabia that is ready to face the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. Among these mega projects, the Mukaab stands out as the most audacious and visionary one. The Mukaab, which means cube in Arabic, is a giant cube-shaped structure that will be the centerpiece of a new downtown area in Riyadh, the capital city. The Mukaab will be the world's largest inner city, with a height, width, and length of 400 meters each, big enough to hold 20 Empire State Buildings. The Mukaab will house over 100,000 residential units, 9,000 hotel rooms, and 1.4 million square meters of office space, as well as dozens of entertainment and culture venues. There will also be 1.8 million square meters of space dedicated to community facilities. The Mukaab is not just a building, but a city within a city, a vertical metropolis that will offer its residents and visitors a unique and unparalleled experience. The Mukaab will be divided into 4 zones, each with its own theme, identity, and atmosphere. The first zone, called the Oasis, will be the green heart of the Mukaab, featuring lush gardens, water features and natural light. The second zone, called the Hub, will be the social and commercial centre of the Mukaab, featuring shops, cafes, restaurants and cinemas. The third zone, called the Loft, will be the creative and artistic zone of the Mukaab, featuring galleries, studios, workshops and theatres. The fourth zone, called the Peak, will be the exclusive and luxurious zone of the Mukaab, featuring spas, gyms, pools and sky lounges. The Mukaab will also be the world's first immersive, experiential destination where every corner, every wall, every floor and every ceiling will be interactive and responsive to the people and the environment. The Mukaab will use cutting-edge technologies such as holograms, projections, sensors and artificial intelligence to create a dynamic and engaging atmosphere that will stimulate the senses and the emotions of the people. The Mukaab will also use renewable energy, smart design and innovative materials to ensure its sustainability and efficiency. The Mukaab is more than just a cube. It is a symbol of Saudi Arabia's vision, ambition and creativity. It is a symbol of the country's transformation from a traditional and conservative society to a modern and progressive one. It is a symbol of the country's aspiration to become a global leader, innovator and influencer. It is a symbol of the country's spirit to overcome the challenges and seize the opportunities of the 21st century. The economic and financial feasibility of the projects, which require huge amounts of investment and resources. Saudi Arabia has been struggling with low oil prices, high public debt and fiscal deficits, which have forced it to cut spending and raise taxes. The country also faces competition and uncertainty in the global market, as the demand for oil declines and the transition to renewable energy accelerates. The country will need to diversify its economy, stimulate the private sector and attract foreign investment to reduce its dependence on oil and create more jobs and opportunities for its young and growing population. The environmental and social impact of the projects, which could have negative consequences for the natural and cultural heritage of the country. Saudi Arabia has a rich and diverse landscape with mountains, deserts, oases and coasts, as well as a long and proud history with ancient sites, monuments and traditions. The country will need to balance its development and modernization goals with its preservation and conservation efforts to ensure that its projects are sustainable and respectful of its environment and culture. These are some of the major challenges and risks that Saudi Arabia faces in its quest to achieve Vision 2030 and its mega projects. The question is, will the country be able to overcome these obstacles and uncertainties and realize its vision and ambition? Or will the country fail to deliver on its promises and expectations and fall behind its competitors and rivals? The answer is not clear, but one thing is certain: the stakes are high and the world is watching. Saudi Arabia is a country that is undergoing a radical and unprecedented transformation. A country that is changing its image, its economy, and its society. A country that is pursuing a bold and ambitious vision to become a global powerhouse, a regional leader, and a model for the Islamic world. A country that is building some of the most spectacular and visionary projects that will redefine the boundaries of architecture, engineering, and technology. A country that is facing many challenges and risks, but also many opportunities and potentials. What will the future of Saudi Arabia look like? Will it be a future of prosperity innovation and harmony? Or will it be a future of instability, stagnation and conflict? Will it be a future that inspires and attracts the world? Or will it be a future that alienates and repels the world? Will it be a future that fulfills the dreams and aspirations of its people? Or will it be a future that disappoints and frustrates its people? The future is not written, but it is being shaped by the actions and decisions of today. This is the story of Saudi Arabia, the kingdom of dreams. Dear viewers, I poured my heart and soul into researching and producing this content, and it would mean the world to me if you could show your support by subscribing to my channel. By subscribing, you will not only be helping me continue to create high-quality videos, but you'll also be joining a community of like-minded individuals who are passionate about learning and exploring new topics. Together, we can continue to discover and share amazing stories from around the world. So, if you're excited about the future of Saudi Arabia and want to stay up to date on the latest developments regarding the Mukaab project, hit that subscribe button and become part of our community today. Thank you for your support, and I look forward to sharing more amazing content with you in the future.